us for this special occasion. We begin this evening with another activity, a soulful session of sloka chanting by Abhyuk and Aidita. We request you all to maintain silence so you can hear the chanting.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Tam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhe Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Hari Om Hari Om.
Delivered by Agastya.
Families, I welcome you all to this wonderful art exhibition. We spent many hours bringing these wonderful art pieces to life. Thank you for joining us. Let's begin the wonderful journey of the art and creativity.
Now the highlight of our evening is the culmination of immense creativity and hard work, the Arts and Soul exhibition. To share the inspiration behind this wonderful display, I invite Bharti to the stage to present the story behind the Arts and Soul exhibition.
This Art and Soul exhibition, you see, it's a token of gratitude, expression of love and respect for the parents and the children who have had blind trust and faith in me, and they have, you have enrolled. None of you have ever asked me what is it you're going to teach, what is the journey, what is your lesson plan, nothing. Because I have been making organic lesson plans based on how the children are. And to be honest, my friend Veena, where are you here? So she was the one who was, Veena, why don't you do something for your students? Because I was, we've been organizing Children's Day for past 2-3 years at Lyric Rose. But, we were like, we had our own reasons. This time when she said they're close to Independence Day, I was like, what do I do for my kids this year? So then what she had seen in the thought came back to my mind. So then I thought, okay, let me definitely proceed. Then I texted the parents, and the response was extremely, I wouldn't say 100% optimistic. Everyone was like, please go ahead. And when I said that, I really would like to thank Sanket, Anushri and Sindhura, who immediately said, we will also share the expenses. Why do you want to share the burden? We will do it and everything. I said, no, yes, this is the first time I'm doing it. I'm really honored and feel elated that you parents are so supportive. But this year I will do it. Let's see how things take forward. So that is the story behind the Art and Soul exhibition. I extend my heartfelt gratitude primarily to my maternal gene for inheriting this artistic talent and my dedication, discipline and commitment from my dad. And to be honest, me being here, I think behind every man there is a woman, there is Ekta. But today I give it to my husband, who was my tremendous backbone and sense of strength. He said, when I said I want to do this, he said, you do what you want for your kids, I will support you, and he's the sponsor for the event also today. I call upon Arun to say a few words of how he has, because I have known the overwhelming crowd for me would be Saturday, Sunday when he catches up with his beauty sleep, and that's when the calling bell will be going like a lullaby, constantly ringing. But now in spite of being a light sleeper, he has sacrificed a lot for me to come to the stage. I think Megan and Arun are the people who I extend as the past 1.5 months. My father-in-law also have been very supportive for me. Right from opening the door to sacrificing his dinners lately, everything he's done so much for me really. And my nephew Nikhil also, I would like to take this dais to thank him, who's been like from figuring of the trophies to running around with me wherever I want to amidst his work schedule. I call upon Arun to say 2 minutes of how he feels witnessing what he wanted to sponsor.
Welcome, good evening all. It's a pleasure to have you all, and I can see the enthusiasm in the room, especially the kids. You are the heroes today, and whenever I come back home after work, there's talent, so much talent available, and I have no clue, but we learn a lot from them, and every weekend it's such an amazing feeling. And Bibna, you're doing a good job. Thank you, and all the parents for supporting as well. Thank you for being here.
Prime, close family friend and mentor, Dr. How can I say that? Because she was the one who was always telling me, you have to do something by yourself. And also, my mentor, Mr. Philip Satyaraj, when he told me, during COVID, all of us were trapped with online and everything. So when I rejuvenated my drawing skills, everything, Mr. Philip Satyaraj was the chief guest last year for Children's Day organized by LANCO. So when he told me, ma'am, you're drawing so well, why don't you take classes? I said, sir, what do I do? He said, ma'am, you just start, it'll go. So then initially, the chief guest is actually the parents of the first child. I called and asked, I'm planning to take art classes, would you like to send to me? So they only thought, because the only reason was it's just COVID, they said, give us 10 minutes, we'll get back to you. Within 5 minutes, they called back and said, it's a 1-to-1, right? I said, yes. We are absolutely fine to send across our check. That blind trust and faith amidst the pandemic is something, that's the reason I wanted them as the chief guest today. Because I owe them a lot of gratitude. If not for that, I wouldn't be here today. So that is what I want to tell you. And many of you have a doubt whether I'm starting an art school and everything. So I would like to clarify that also. It is, to be honest, when Arun said he would sponsor the event, and though Sankeet was willing to sponsor, I said, no, how many times will you alone do it repetitively? So when that came, when we had to do a sponsorship and everything, for the certificates and trophies, we need a logo, we need a name and everything. So that's when I said, okay, then I was searching for names, what is it I could connect, then I felt, there is a lot of XEESHA means divine energy. So I wanted to really stimulate that further and nourish them. So that was the reason we coined the name XEESHA. And Ronan, Ashika and Priyanshi, who made the logo. And first student was me. So me, we want you on the dais, and the person who really found I have a teaching skill was Abhiram. So he came to me for handwriting classes. So that's when I realized I even have a teaching potential. In spite of hailing from a teaching, my dad is a professor and head of department, he was. And then I really thought, okay, I too inherit that skills a little. So may I have Abhiram also on the dais, Abhiram and Neem on the dais to receive the name board from the brains behind it. You have to give it to me. No. Thank you. Please. Maybe please have a round of applause for the great heart, everyone.
Yes. That was an incredible logo. Hats off to all the creators. I know I am one. Now, Yaksha, who's recognized as the longest standing student in this class, will come forward to deliver her speech.
Hi everyone, I am Yaksha. Today I'm really grateful to have a chance to say a few words about my experience with Varnashala. One of my earliest memories was drawing a 3D snowflake. It looked really simple, but when I started, I realized it wasn't. Before I could even think of giving up, Varnashala made me erase the whole thing so many times until I perfected it. Over the years, she has taught me more than techniques and colors. She has taught me patience, creativity, and the courage to try again, even when my art doesn't turn out the way I hoped. Thank you for everything, Deepanati. You've taught us inside and outside of art.
Thank you.
Now, let's lighten the mood with some entertainment. We have a delightful puppet show organized by Kaushik. Following the show, we'll get a glimpse into the fun and learning that happens in a classroom.
Today I'm going to give you tips on how to keep your child safe. I don't want to do it, it's fine. Anyways, so your first tip is not to keep the bed below the window, or this will happen. Oh look, I'm Spider-Man! No, Jimmy! And then your hospital bill will increase. Moving on, your second tip, if you keep medicines in the drawers in your bathroom, These keep the happiness low. Or this might happen. Jimmy knows the diarrhea medicines. Moving on. Please keep the knives in the kitchen out of reach of the child. Or if you don't need to go to the movie theaters to see Annabelle anymore, you can see it at home. Mom, look at what I found. Jimmy, we talked about this. Anyways, and also, please keep the cleaning liquids also out of the reach. Otherwise, they might think it's juice and end up drinking it. And sadly, very scientifically, in fact, very proven, and I've seen this happen before, they will turn into a moth. At least you get free cleaning utensils. And a bonus, if your child is not, don't take their phone away. Instead, take their charger away and see the fear in their eyes and their internet slowly dies. And that's all. Thank you.
And they will start doing all this. So I said, come on, showcase your talent today to the parents and see. They will also know what you guys do in class, imitating others. So that's the reason parents get up what is the real glimpse that happens. Even the humor corner we came up because we wanted to actually what happens in class, you will have an answer. That was the reason.
Now we would like to invite Anisha and XEESHA to come on the stage to show a special segment, a glimpse of entertainment at class.
Ring infobed.
Give entertainment also. I'll be wondering whether YouTube is running. They'll be singing Chitti Chilakama, all these things.
That was incredible. Now we'd love to hear some personal experiences. I would like to invite Nitin Uncle and Sonali Auntie, parents of this art class in 2021, and Sanket Uncle along with Vasudha Auntie, who enrolled their kid Kriyansh in our class at the young age of 4. The youngest kid, Nita Auntie, commenced with to share their expressions on how they feel about their children's journey in the art class.
So, I think regarding art, the only picture I knew how to draw was a mountain with a sun and a river flowing and few rocks there. So that's my idea about art. So whatever I learned is after she joined the classes, and I think she has more experience on the artistic side of things.
So my daughter has a wonderful love-hate relation with Ipana. So there will be days when she'll be like full of euphoria, I did this, I did that. And some days she'll be like, Ipana auntie is a hot taskmaster. I cannot do it anymore, I cannot take it anymore. And then I just gently say, okay fine, then we'll just continue the classes. Then she'll become all quiet and go back to her room. After half an hour, she'll come back and say, no, I'm not stopping class. Whatever I've learned of art is from Deepana auntie, so I'm not stopping class at all. So this has been going on for the last few years. Yes, last 4 years, and I've seen my child blossom under her care. As what Mithun said, we don't have any idea of art, so whatever is here is because of a teacher. I wish Deepana a lot of success in her endeavors in the future, and the kind of passion she has for teaching the children is wonderful. All the best for your future. You know, if your child has drawn a sun, S-U-N sun, it denotes exemplary love for the dad. And if their artwork has a tree, it shows an outstanding love for the mom. So that is an indirect indicator of whom the child loves more also.
When we and Vasudha decided to enroll Kriyansh for art class, we were not even sure if he's going to like it or not. Within a couple of months, he had expressed that he started loving art unconditionally. Obviously, start doing an art piece starting from scratch, using only your imaginative skills and some art supplies, gives us a great sense of accomplishment. So during this art journey, we have noticed Priyansh excel in his academic performance, his handwriting has improved, he started exploring his surroundings and started paying attention to every small detail. The main thing is he's become more punctual and responsible also. He started taking responsibility for his own mistakes. We cannot avoid mistakes, but in art, always it teaches us that you have to embrace your mistakes, try to correct them, or the mistake cannot be undone. That is a lesson of life also. So, thank you, Dikna, for seeing the unseen potential of Priyansh.
Thank you. Now, I would also like to invite Arjun to deliver his expression on how he feels in this art class.
Thank you, Rohit. My art journey began in November 2023 and it has been a truly special experience. In the beginning, I was actually a little scared of math, but that changed very soon. With her gentle guidance and patient way of teaching, Deepna made me feel completely comfortable. She encouraged me to explore, try new ideas, and believe in myself as an artist. Every class became fun, inspiring, and full of learning. I'm grateful for this journey and excited to keep growing with her support. Thank you.
The presence of our esteemed guests truly honors today. First, I call upon Deepna ma'am to come forward and his art and Isha to facilitate our chief guests.
Thank you, Sanju. So there is I don't know how many of you have noticed there's a huge masterpiece of Madhubani at my home in the living room that was given as a gift from Paul and Nikhil during our housewarming. So I found two reasons. Apart from as a token of gratitude and affection to them who trusted me blindly and enrolled me, Nikhil is called like the Jawaharlal Nehru of LANCO. Because if you see, his house will be like a Vrindavan. His father will be feeding kids. And even my son, if he's late from school, I'll be wondering where he is. If I call them, he'll be stationed at their place, chatting with them and unwinding and doing everything. So I don't think having love for children and Parul being a specialist in art, and we all did under the same mentor also later on. So I don't think any other criteria is more required apart from loving art and loving kids to be the chief guest. Maybe please have Nikhil and Parul on the dais, please. A huge round of applause, please. Please go on the dais. What Parul is holding is made by one of the senior most kids of the class, XEESHA. Thank you. I hand over the mic to Nikhil to express how he feels being in an artistic.
Thank you, Deepna and Arun, for inviting us. And as Deepna said, we're not here by virtue of art and what we have done for the society. We are here because we were confident enough to send our kid to Deepna as a first student. I remember very distinctly, it was near COVID, when Deepna said she's starting her art school, and we're like, please, art class.
Not school.
Yes.
Not school.
There would be a school. There would be a school very soon. And we went there. We were very confident of Deepna's abilities. Plus, we were very confident that Arun was very scared of COVID, and their house was very secure to send our kids. But Arun disappointed us.
He got COVID.
Yeah, and then honestly, all the jokes aside, what I see the major difference in my son and other kids I know who have been in this class is one art which I don't understand. What I understand is the imagination. The imagining the world in your own way, in a more colorful manner, is where I give Deepna a lot of credit. In this fast-moving world where we all are obsessed with success in terms of marks, in terms of what we are doing in our career, Deepna and teachers like Deepna are actually slowing us down, saying we have an alternate world which is more colorful, more beautiful. That's it. Thanks a lot, Deepna, and all the students here. Do well, never stop doing that.
For the reason he's become like the Messi of LANCO. So he has no time to do art, though the skills are very concretely and genetically inherited from the mom. So I now call upon the guest of honor. Any guesses who is it? My mom. Sanju, thank you for entertaining us. Yes, it is none other than my very good best friend Malvika Roy, who has an exemplary eye and hand and brain for describing and appreciating art. I don't know how many of you have communicated with her. Basically, her command over English is something I look up with. It's outstanding. And her writing skills, like Parul and she, they do many artworks and they do write on Insta and under the page art and story. And you know, I've been a big fan, I keep on reading them. So I think Malavika will professionally convey this evening how it has been. And I call upon, who's going to felicitate Malavika? Who's it? Sorry, XEESHA, may we please have you at the dais to felicitate the guest of honor? Thank you. Thank you. Can I know your name, please? To all of you, we welcome you here to this beautiful art exhibit which Geeta is so lovely for XEESHA. First of all, I would like to thank her, the other organizers, the parents who are gathered here. They have spent some time for the Sunday evening to spend for this art exhibit. And of course, for the wonderful young kids who are here, some of whom, one of them, my son, is not paying attention. All right. So let me give you a short introduction about myself. My name is Malvika Roy. I'm largely seen in LANCO. In the morning, I might be seen running to the bus stop. In the evenings, you will not find me, but I'm kind of running away from the bus stop. I have my own business, so yes, that's that. Now, of course, Geeta has done a huge honor. She has put a lot of focus on thinking that I'm an art expert. But after seeing the kind of art that the kids have displayed, I think I have a lot to learn from each of them. So the biggest example, or rather the lesson that I've learned after walking through this art exhibit is, of course, the way the children look at the world. I think they have a beautiful way of depicting the world, which is not as it is, but as it can be. So what you can see from here is they have envisioned a very beautiful world which is very colorful, very imaginative, very creative, and it has all those elements which we want to have. So it shows a lot of hope, and of course it puts a lot of faith in the future. So that way I would say that I'm really impressed by their imagination. And yes, there are so many art elements and I'm really impressed. That of course, what it might look is something like which is an outcome in a day, but I'm sure a lot of thought has gone into it. I know when Geeta told me about the entire concept of the art, I think it floated somewhere around 4-5 years ago. So 4-5 months ago, when she came to me and she told me the entire concept, to me it looked like a mammoth task, but I think only a person like Geeta who's so disciplined about the whole thing could pull it off. So when she told me that the entire thing has to be conceptualized and the children have to originally think, I thought, I don't think my son could have imagined all of that, but I think it's her guidance, it's her support, and I think the way she teaches the kids, not just the skill in terms of art, but also in terms of conceptualizing, thinking about the composition, how to place each and every element, the way the mediums should be used, what artistic tools, coloring tools should be used. I think that sensibility is something which she gave to our kids. Use of this skill as well. As much as you would like to hone your skill through art, you should also develop and inculcate the skill to talk about it. And that is what all these platforms do. And I think as parents, it's very important for us to, while encourage our kids to pursue their hobbies, but also be on the constant lookout for all the platforms where they can actually showcase and talk about it. So, thank you very much. I would like to start the felicitation with first the child who did the invitation each one of you received, hard copy and soft copies. May I have Lokakshita on the stage? Her artwork was a source of inspiration. Please, can you all please give her a... And she was drawing. I was thinking my mind how to go about doing it. Seeing her artwork, it just came to my mind. I thought, okay, I'll pick up the elements from her, fuse together and make the invite. So she's the brain behind the invitation. Thank you, Lokakshita. And may I have the team who did the backdrop? Priyanshi, Anisha, Kriyansh, go on the stage. They have all worked together a lot to work on these displays. They've been sitting for 4 hours. Anyone else missing? Sastra, come and join. Avia, Kaushiki. Come on. Who else yet? I missed the names. Please join. No need to feel shy. Ashika, please come. The huge brain. When I was doing the logo, I just gave them the philosophy. What is my principal voicing? Ashika, Ronit and Priyanshi. Within 15 minutes, they did the logo. That kind of a brain party. I would say spellbound by the brain power and horsepower with their brains travel with. Amazing. Thank you.
I have a special treat tonight. I would like to invite Srija Aunty, mother of Abhay and Vivan, and a talented home baker who is here to furnish us with a yummy goodie bag for all of our munchings. As a compliment, to kindly come up.
We call upon the chief guests and guest of honor along with Srija to go up on the dais to deliver, to felicitate the children individually. I will tell you what kind of mischief each child can be and you have to guess whose child is it. Okay? Maybe please have a nice. Please come back. Are still in the formative stages of learning the mediums and making up their skills. This kid is in PP2 and she's one of her naughtiness is increasing day by day. Any guesses? May I have Myra on the dais, please? Myra, please come. To collect your Rising Star trophy. Who else are naughty in class? No, you are not that much. No. Who else, yeah? Charvi. Next, followed by Myra, may we have Charvi also on the dais, Kids in the class who create masterpieces. Priyanshi and who is? Ronit and Akari. The answers are Priyanshi and Ronit and Akari. We have the masterpiece and the May we have a huge round of applause for the children who put in so much of dedication and diligence in the work. Next one, who's the next parent prodigy in the class? Abhyuk Kapoor, please go on the dais, Abhyuk. The formative year kids, they all came up with what they want to do and they told, Auntie, this is what I want to do, these elements I want to do. So I trained them initially with the elements, then they told me which element goes where. So for the formative year kids, I have drawn the drawing and giving, and believe me, I should charge the parents double here because every day till 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock I used to sit up and do. But they really, chose very nice pictures. So I made them, I really enjoyed. I was just joking on a lighter note that I should charge double. Please don't take it offensive. So these kids, they did the composition, everything. They did the placement of objects, everything themselves. And then the colors also, I stimulated them constantly. Think of the colors. What do you see? What do you see outside? And that's how these masterpieces have come up from the formative years. So the first on stage we have. Followed by him, I would like to have XEESHA, who wants his constantly at home painting, coloring, doing things on the floor, wall, everything. Followed by her, I would like to have Vistara Sirish also to join them.
Ma'am, look here, ma'am.
First kid is from the formative years. Who do you think is very meticulously creative amongst the formative?
Shruti.
Exactly, Griyansh is right. It is Shruti to receive the first meticulously creative virtue. Followed by her is Apala, but she's not here. And who else here? Ashika. Yes, maybe please have Ashika and Narayan also. Yes. Kaushiki Sharma, who is no less having a strong, meticulously creative. And Isha Puripati Vidyasagar, one of the oldest students of my friend Isha. Isha, please come. Not here. Isha, come join the dance applause. They have put in a lot of efforts to deliver the artwork this day. Thank you. You miss a millimeter in completing that artwork. May I have Ahuna Ghoshal on the dais, please, along with her parents. Also on the dais, please. Art is one of the papers. I request you all to give a strong round of applause for this child. Thank you. That's a lot of emotional strength given to the parents. Attitude, or they repeatedly do the mistake and test. Ensure my BP is not at 120, at 180, and they are called the Phoenix stars. But still, I have told the parents, I don't have the potential and bandwidth to handle your child. Please find a better, appropriate art teacher. But still, the kids have realized their mistake, and they have said, Auntie, give us one chance. We will still come. We will do it. In spite of me yelling at them so much, you won't believe. I myself hate myself. They've seen the beast in me. They've not even seen. They've experienced the beast in me. But still, those kids, they come back and they do a marvelous work. Believe me, there are few kids I can say, especially Ailita, I would like to say, in the same premises. About last year, August, we had an HDFC art competition, and Parul was one of the volunteers. She drew an artwork. We couldn't identify which is the upper portion, which is the lower portion. And I had trained her so well. I was devastated seeing her artwork. I called her mom and said, please, my bandwidth has expired. But today she has created a masterpiece, the Halloween art, and another one. She is a girl of fire and sleep. I really appreciate and I really salute you. Not a single thing she has tried in class. I even asked her grandmom, she'd say, Deepnati was upset with my mischief today, but still I want to go to Deepnati's class. I really thank her for it, and I appreciate the child's inner strength, and all these Phoenix stars, I'm telling you, they have a lot of inner strength and determination that they will never ever give up. The first one, guys, I call Amir Das for it. The first Phoenix star. So Amir, to be on the dais, I'll tell you, she would have the habit of drawing, pursued marvelous works. Second is Allah Adya Reddy. Next. I had a recent Phoenix star who emerged, participate in the arts exhibition. I was, I called her parents and said, it's okay, I'm putting her on quiet punishment, I can't handle this. The parents of these Phoenix stars have been so cooperative. May I have Ananya Sharma on the dais, please? She's amazing creative kid. She's an amazingly creative kid, but will work at her own space and pace. Who else is very naughty kids? Yes, may I have Divira Ragapati on the dais also, please? And also this invite creator, Lokamshita. She's also one of the naughtiest kids. I told her you can leave the class, but she was like, oh, I'll be disciplined, and she keeps her, she honors her commitment. So are the guys. And one of my most senior-most kids, one of them with whom I started the art class, in my early years, seeing Neil's artwork, and when he came for art classes, I used to tell him, See, you're not coming here to do chart works for your children. You're
A lot of thought has gone into it. I know when Deepna told me about the entire concept of the art, I think it floated somewhere around 4-5 months ago. Artists whose color materials should be used. I think that's absolutely something which she gave to artists. And I think I'm really thankful.
And where I have the team who is the backdrop, they have all come together a lot to work on these displays. Maybe for 4 hours, but anyone else listen faster, come and join. Amia, Kashivi, come on. So let's get participants, please join. Don't need to spellbound by the winter and horsepower with their brains scrambled. Amazing. The first one, guys, I call Amia Das for it.
Superb compositions, color choices, and coloring were found in Munchkin. Details and masterpiece creations were seasoned artists and craftsmen.
Childhood in the coloring of the butterfly. I was spellbound by his color combination. At the age of 5, thinking to do that lovely color combination, balance of colors and a color palette. So who did the butterfly? Yes! We have Abhi Ram on the dais. And Srika is Abhi Ram's mom. He's the cutest, shyest kid in our class. The first to go on the dais is a child who's extreme. She's very quiet in class. It's Aga Reddy Bhutani on the dais, please. I really admire her determination. She is very strong. Thank you. The next on the dais is Avira Sinha. By Jatin Attar and Ekant Saurabh. And Isha Ravelu also.
feeling very proud that we have students who are so much creative and are contributing because usually you are on the other end and try to go out to the system, but this is very creative. And something in our corporate life that we know is we have to have this thinking, lateral thinking and creative, which really helps us to be successful using emotional intelligence and stupidity. Great, very nice. Thank you. Sorry, last word. I think it's an outstanding deepener support from Arun and Degan, and it's very good. Thank you.
Including Western category and Western genre.
All the artworks was Parul. She took a lot of time, and one of the reasons why Neem didn't participate was because she's going to be the jury member. So we said let Neem know whenever she's been in the jury, Neem has never participated, and she's very seasoned in analyzing and what to say, like how to give scores, what is most appropriate, everything. So thank you, Parul, for taking immense time and doing it for us. Nikki, can you also please join in? So we will start from the senior kids. From the seasoned artists, for realism, who doesn't go to any guesses? Ron is ready, yes, for realism. Don't know whether the second prize is deserved for the artwork. The child who inherits my gene. The third place goes to XEESHA. Actually, we all know XEESHA's capable of producing much better best. Otherwise, she's like a threat. She's the girl who did the special customized gift for the Jeep guests and guest of honor also. And also the third place is shared by Ahana Ghoshal. Is she still here? That special child? She's not there?
express their vote of thanks. Presentation team, don't you all dare go. Anyway, the awards of excellence are still upcoming. Last but not least, the most awaited moment of the evening.
Part in today's exhibition. I would like to thank Deepa for guiding us all. I would also like to thank the chief guest Mikal Uncle and Parul Aunty, guest of honor Malavika Aunty, special guest Priyansh Uncle, goodie bag sponsor Sirija Aunty, and event sponsor Arun Uncle. I would also like to thank the videography and photography team Varnashala. Behind the screens people, Ravi Uncle, Sandy Uncle, Veena Aunty, Anand Uncle, Vasudha Aunty, Anushri Aunty, Nicole Bhaiya, and backstage. Last but not least, I thank the art learners who put in a lot of effort to make the paintings that are displayed. I thank everyone for making this event a great success. Thank you.
I'm here to do a vote of thanks on behalf of all our parents who have witnessed this, very excellently conducted event done by Deepna. And I think we know that all our children love to attend a class, and we see such beautiful artworks here. Kudos to you, how you patiently guided them, mentored them, and it's not like a competition, right? I mean, everybody was given the choice to make their own art pieces, which is unique by itself. So, I believe that art is not like, okay, one is better than the other. Every piece is unique because art is just a medium of expression of your own feelings or what your creativity is. So each one is unique, and all of you kids, excellent work, and we are all so proud as parents to see witness this whole event.
Yeah, so what I'd like to add is, if I look at my family, the one right to my right, she's an artist, my two daughters are artists. But when it comes to Ashika, she started out there in the formative, and she's taken the entire route. I'm thankful to Deepana for actually guiding her through that. Right? It's quite important to have a teacher at that stage where they can make that transition from to the season, and I think she's played a very crucial role in that. The second thing which I'd like to say is to all the parents in terms of encouraging and making sure that the children cultivate what they have as a small seed, right, when they start out. So it's really wonderful to see that effort really coming through, and all these colorful paintings with all the creativity. I think this stands testament to that. So thank you for this wonderful occasion that you've had. Thank you.
Because I wanted the children to have a process-oriented output. If I tell it's a competition, again it becomes a rat race. They all are like, they don't think through what is connected to this. Comes up to me and tells, Auntie, I want to draw first lighthouse. Then she says like this, yes, it is Shruti Shri Alaganti for the Award of Excellence. May we please have the chief guest back on the dais, and guest of honor, and the special guest, please. Shruti, how do you feel receiving this? Nice. Did you expected you would get Award of Excellence? Oh my God, that's really high level of confidence. Please go. Okay, next, which group do we announce? Seasoned or formative? Okay, from the seasoned artists. SMS Priyansh Ashok. Yes, please.
To all our winners and participants alike, thank God for what has been a splendid evening. The artistic talent we witnessed today has been incredible. From the superb compositions, color choices, and coloring by our founding munchkins, the ideation and creation of self-composed, drawn, and colored works by our bright, laughing learners, to the minute details and masterpiece creations by our seasoned artists and class alumni.
We didn't just witness an evening of food, humor, and art. We saw a night when all of our artists, art, and souls showcase their true colors. We helped each other, we encouraged each other, and we respected every art here for display. XEESHA. And with that note,
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we have a huge round of applause for the anchors today? They deserve it. Last week, even though yesterday night I texted both of them, you both are doing anchoring. And they just